What is up, you guys? My name is Haley, and in my last video, at the end of it, I promised that my next video would be something more fun because my last two videos have been about kind of heavy topics. And today, I'm going to be talking about something that I love so much, which is conspiracy theories. I've done so much weird research, and any of the conspiracy theories that I mention in this video, it doesn't mean that I believe them or don't believe them. I picked 5 of my favorite conspiracy theories, and I could pick 1,000 probably. These are kind of less dark than some of the ones that I've read about. And I will probably end up doing more videos on conspiracy theories, to be honest, because I love it. All types of that shit. I fucking love it. So, I've got 5 of my favorite that I've ever read about, and they're in no particular order. They're just 5 of my favorite that I've ever heard about. So, I am sure, I'm looking over here because I wrote them down so I would remember which ones I wanted to talk about today. If you're wondering why I keep looking this way. So I'm sure you've all heard of Mandela effects. I've looked at probably hundreds of videos on Mandela effects, and I think that's very interesting. I don't know, but it's not about Mandela effects themselves, but why Mandela effects happen. And one of the theories that I have read on this is, CERN did something with splitting atoms. And the theory is that CERN did something which pushed us into an alternate reality. So now we are in an alternate reality, and we are all, most of us, misremembering these minor details, like all these Mandela effects. And that's not to say I believe that, but I think that is just fucking crazy to think about. I love thinking about stuff like that. The second one is a little bit more dark and a little bit more obscure. I don't think that many people have done or even heard of this type of thing. But this conspiracy theory, basically, okay, so there's a book called The Dulce Book. You can look it up online. You can just Google The Dulce Book. There's a place called Dulce, New Mexico. And The Dulce Book is a book written by a guy who claims to have been in the U.S. government. And there is a place called the Dulce Facility, in which is a totally unknown location, underground facility, similar to Area 51, which in the book it says it has 7 levels, which are all underground. And this guy said that he went all the way down on the 7th level. There's reptilians in there and greys, like gray aliens. And it says that gray aliens were actually made by reptilians. I know this sounds crazy as fuck. Just keep in mind, I'm not saying whether I believe this or not. Just keep that in mind. This is just a conspiracy theory that I have read. And I like to think about this kind of stuff. Okay, so the theory itself, okay, well, let me tell you. Sorry, so in the bottom level, this guy says, that he saw humans in cages and the reptilians, which are supposedly like lizard type of aliens, which are like partly humanoid, partly like lizard. You can just like Google pictures of reptilians. And they're doing experiments on humans. And that's what it says in this book. That's what this guy wrote. And he said they looked like they were really doped up on drugs, and he saw, like, for instance, a person with, like, 3 arms, or a person that was, like, a blob now. And the theory itself is not that. The theory I want to talk about is why people go missing and are never found, the theory says that the U.S. government has a contract with reptilians that they can, actually the U.S. government kidnaps a certain amount of people per year for reptilians to do these experiments on, and if they don't uphold the contract, the reptilians will expose themselves and the U.S. government for doing this and just do whatever the fuck they want anyway and wreak havoc on us little human beings. Now that is one of the crazier ones that I've ever done research on. I found out about this conspiracy theory on a website that was dedicated to the Dulce book and videos of people going or getting close to where Area 51 is. It was called aliens-the-truth.com, and that website has been taken down as far as I know. Sometime in the last couple of years, the full book was on that website, but I know you can look up the Dulce book and read the whole entire book, probably very easily online for free if you want to. And the next conspiracy theory I want to talk about. I think this is really cool to think about. Like I said, not saying I believe it or not. I have seen a very convincing video about this conspiracy theory, and it is that we did, in fact, land on the moon, but there were already artificial structures on the moon, like man-made or not human-made, but something was already there that we didn't know about. And this video that I saw showed the astronauts on the moon talking to NASA, and you see part of this structure. It's sort of like a dome, and the astronaut is I forget his name, he's basically like, Houston, what the fuck is this? And they literally reply in the video, they say something like, we know about that, don't worry about that, don't talk about it, so that it wouldn't be like in the transcribed encounter of everything that went on when we landed on the moon. I can no longer find this video, and if any of you know the video I'm talking about, it's very convincing. I'm not going to say, video can be very easily manipulated, so I'm not going to say I believe that, but it's a very convincing video. The next conspiracy theory that I really like, MK Ultra mind control. That is a real thing. That's not a conspiracy theory. That did happen. You can look it up. You can Google all the details. That itself is not what I'm talking about, but the theory about MK Ultra mind control is that it is still being used. I'm sure you've all heard of like the Illuminati and stuff, and basically what that is MK Ultra mind control is being used on super famous, sorry, I just got a message and it distracted me. Oh my god, I haven't gotten a message in 84 years. But MK Ultra mind control is being used on celebrities, really people in power, to kind of make them act a certain way, so that sort of like product placement, like if these celebrities act this way, then we will buy a certain way, because it's all about money. But not only on celebrities, what I have also read, a theory on MK Ultra, is that it's used on certain people who do these horrific shootings and stuff, like the years ago, that shooting that happened in a theater, and then when you watch back the trial that the guy went on, a lot of people said that he was under mind control at the time because he looked like he was drugged out, like he didn't blink and like he wasn't thinking for himself, is what the theory is. And that the U.S. government does this to people and makes them do these mass shootings. I know that's kind of heavy, and I'm not going to say, like, I believe that or not, because, or any of these, really. I just think it's very weird to think about very cool stuff. Like, the shootings are not cool, but, MK Ultra did happen, was a real thing, and we don't really know. I'm not going to get into it. And the fifth and final, conspiracy theory I want to talk about in this video, and probably one of my favorite conspiracy theories of all time to think about, is the ancient alien theory, which we have all heard of. But, and that's not, to me, that doesn't mean that I believe everything that's, like, on the show Ancient Aliens, because honestly I feel like sometimes they're grasping at straws and really just digging up stuff that isn't there, really looking for stuff that isn't there. But what I like about the ancient alien theory is the fact that if you look at all the ancient religious texts from the past had, like, angels and demons and, like, the Vimanas and flying chariots and, the chariots are the things that the Vimanas could have easily been, like, UFOs. The angels, and gods could, that people worshipped could have easily been aliens who came here in the past, and us being so primitive at the time, and they were so advanced compared to us, we worshipped them, and thought that they were gods, and because there's so many weird, like, cave drawings and art that has, UFOs and stuff like that in it, and giants and stuff like that, and I like the idea of extraterrestrials being the missing link. Like, we were so primitive, our brain was so primitive, and then they came and, like, fucked some of us, or artificially inseminated some of us, and then it just kind of, like, went from there. There's obviously no proof that happened, but I like that idea, and I think it explains a lot of, like, or could explain, let me say, because I'm very open to that one being something that I think could happen, but not necessarily that I actually believe that, because there's no actual proof. I just like that, it could easily connect all the, like, ancient artwork and stuff like that, and the ancient religious texts about, like, giants and demons and angels and flying things in the sky, like flying fireballs and chariots and the weird, like, Vimana things. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that's like I don't know if it's like Hindu or something, ancient religious, like, little flying pod. But I really like that one, and I think that one makes a lot of sense. I mean, one day we might, because we still don't know, as far as I know, we still don't know. But anyway, I really like conspiracy theories. There's a lot online, and I've done a lot of very weird research, and I would like to share some more of that with you guys, because that is, like, one of my favorite things to do, is read about conspiracy theories. So if you guys, like, want to hear more, or want to hear ones that I think are just completely stupid, like, because, like, the flat earth thing, like, obviously that's fucking retarded, but there's some weird shit out there, like, hollow earth and flat earth and hollow moon, or, like, hologram, that sky is a hologram. I don't know, there's so much, but I absolutely love conspiracy theories, and I'm glad to get to share that with you guys. And if you guys like this type of thing, let me know. I'm sure I'm gonna get some comments saying that I'm an idiot, but like I said, I just like it. Sorry. I mean, this is my channel. You don't have to watch it. I like conspiracy theories. Let me know if you guys do too. Okay? I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.